Welcome to the channel again, model muscle car fans. Today we have MiniGT number 268, which is the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 in Ford Performance Blue. Alright. Okay. So this is the third generation of the, I guess, Shelby GT500? Or what? I don't know. It's just going off the internet. So this came out in 2020, and it sold for $73,000, or the starting price. Which you might think 73 grand is a lot for a Ford Mustang, and that was my initial impression until I read that this thing has 760 horsepower. So you're talking some serious power. You're talking, supercar power, right? And that 760 horsepower is helped by a 2.65 liter Roots supercharger, and the base engine, its supercharging is 5.2 liters. It's a V8 being a Mustang, and it's a hand-built engine. So I guess, right? I don't know. 73 grand. That's a lot of money. For me, I'd probably buy a European car myself, or a Japanese car if I want to actually be reliable. All right, so. That's pretty darn good. Look at their line, their top line there, right? It's MiniGT doing a good job here. I don't know if they go and 3D scan these bodies. I would have to imagine that's what they do. I don't think Ford's giving them the CAD files, right? Okay, so let's get the pick out and see what we can check out here. So this is a metallic blue. I'm also curious, I wonder if they actually get the exact same paint as the real car. That might explain why sometimes the metallic flake looks really large, because, if you put the regular flake on a real car into something 64 times smaller, that's why it looks large. So that's something that would be interesting to know if anyone knows the answer to that. Alright, well anyways, it does look nice. I still like this metallic flake. It doesn't look harsh to me. The Shelby logo looks great. It's a tampo print, no decal. Same with the white stripes here. Look how thin the little blue shining through the middle of it is. So that's nice. These wheels do look nice. Very thin spokes. Very thin. I'm actually surprised that they... Well, alright. You don't want to be stepping on this model like a Hot Wheels, right? That wheel's gonna crush. Now what is really kind of lame on MiniGT's part is, why is there no center detail? There's barely lug nut details there. But when I look at the side photographs, lug nuts are much bigger than that. So they should have some sort of dots there, much bigger ones than that. So I feel like the middle of these wheels is really lame. It's just flat in there. There would be a center cap, and I highly doubt it would just be perfectly flat. Okay, that's my criticism for that. The door handle here looks pretty nice. The side mirrors, they are that soft rubbery material, so that's good. And then the base here is metal and is carrying some of the side sill across, so that's pretty good. Alright, so the front end, nice clear lenses here and some sort of detail. Looks like there's some stripes in back there, so it looks realistic. Looks like a Mustang. Silver paint here for these running lights, or turn signal maybe? I'm not sure. The grills are nice, pretty fine dotted texture here. And then again, this Shelby logo, but wait a second, this might actually be like a piece of metal. You see, I feel like there's thickness to that logo. And it's so shiny, there's no way that's paint. I think this is it's either a foil sticker or literally a piece of photo etch metal. But then it would still have to have some black on it, because you can see the black of the Cobra, belly. Anyways, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome, okay. It's very shiny. Alright. So the chin lip here of the base is sticking out. Looks pretty good. These stripes, let's see the overall view of these stripes. Are they all in line with each other? Yeah, they look relatively straight. I would say that looks good. Alright, so the hood has got these little quick releases. I imagine that's what those dots are supposed to represent. But please leave a comment if you know otherwise. And then the vents coming off this hood is painted black. The wiper blades are raised, painted black, and the rest of the window outline is painted black on the outside of this plastic, it seems. And that carries the same idea on the back. And there's something here. I'm not sure why there's a different shape here, like a recess. Maybe there's a third brake light up in there? Yeah, I think so. Alright, this side here, I don't really notice anything, any problematic issues. The fuel filter's on this side. Didn't notice this the last time. There's a red reflector right here. Okay. So going to the back, now we have some really thick red tail lights, and the exhaust tips there. There we go. Well, it's still a little close. They are three-dimensional. You know, they look dark from most angles, but they actually are just silver all around. But the depth of them helps bring darkness to them. See? Oh, great! There's actually a license plate, so that's nice. It's not, you know, just blank. So that's cool. And then again, I guess there's a shiny decal, if I had to guess. Oh well, it's nice. I think this red plastic and this black might be the same plastic, and they painted this. This was red and they painted black over it. Not that I guess it matters so much. This wing is nice. I didn't even realize it's got a carbon fiber texture or graphic. I kind of feel like I can feel that striping. So I have a suspicion it's a black painted wing, but then they tampo printed these silver stripes over it. But how do they do it so well? I don't know. I don't know how they get this graphic on there so nicely. You know, is it hydrographics? Is it on the bottom? It's not on the bottom. Maybe it's a hydrographic. Not sure. Okay, well, so we're going to do a little, I'm going to add some disc brakes to this, because when you look at the side image, it just looks cool with those brakes shining through, right? I usually don't like black wheels, but if there's silver brakes behind it, it's not so bad because of contrast. The tires here, yeah, they're alright. And unfortunately, another case where MiniGT doesn't care to tell you what the car is. Silver exhaust here. I think these are separate plastic pieces, so let's get this thing open. Let's get a different angle here. Let me zoom out. Yep, very heavy metal base. So, now we have a great view of the interior. It's just standard, you know, black plastic. I'm starting to see a few MiniGTs with colorful interiors, so that's nice. But yeah, this one maybe well, you know, it is accurate. It looks like the regular cars have a black interior, at least in these photos, but I think I'm probably going to add some color here. Maybe just shoot them with my airbrush. Okay, so that's good. 2 cup holders. Gotta have the cup holders. Gotta roll with the big gulps. Okay, so now, I've done this tutorial before. I think this one, let's see if we have to pry these apart. Sometimes these axles have straight flutes, sometimes they're knurled. If they're knurled, the twisting action while you pull apart helps. If they're straight flutes, you just want to pull. Okay, so well, this is a totally different type of axle. Or is it? I think it's knurled, but it's actually black. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a black axle from this brand, and frankly I'm not sure why, unless it's actually just carbon steel and they're trying to keep it from rusting. That might be the reason why. So I'm just pulling as I twist here. Obviously fast forward if you want. Just be mindful, you know, those spokes are so thin that if you twist too much, you literally might break the spokes. You'll torque the center hub and destroy the spokes. You can probably imagine how I learned that. So in my case here, I have these 3D printed brakes, but the hole in this case is too small, so I'm going to have to take a round file and file these out. So let me do that. Okay, well I filed out the things and I put most of them in already, but I'll just show you guys how I do this. These are 3D printed, silver and red, just like the photo. I had to file out the hole, just push it on this hub. I find that MiniGT wheels don't have standardized size hubs, so, and that one was a little too tight, so I just got the round jewelry file. I'm actually spinning it backwards. Sometimes the MiniGT hubs are too small, some are too big, but either glue or, in this case, this file will make it fit. Yeah, there we go. So that's actually just a friction fit, but if I filed that thing too loose, I would just take some school glue here, which I put in this little squeeze dropper here. And that's how I keep it from spinning, but seeing how the whole wheel spins anyways, I guess it doesn't matter. It's really more just to keep the brake from being too far away from the spokes. The closer it is to the spokes, the more visible it is, but if you want, you could theoretically space it further away. But anyways, I like it like this. Alright, so just gonna twist this back on here. So yeah, that is a knurled one, and I do feel like this axle might be a little bent, but whatever. I went and painted this thing, a pretty crazy scheme. This is color shift paint, and then the side bolsters of the seat is like a metallic gunmetal, and then a little silver in the steering wheel and the entertainment console, but we'll see how it turns out. Seems like these tires are the exact same size. Oh, I didn't press it on quite enough. Or, yeah, see how that looks broken or warped, the hub. So I might have to take some pliers or something and hold the axle in place. Still sticking out way too much, right? So let me come back again. So there we are. And I think it was a pretty good match as far as that goes. And the interior turned out to be quite lucky as well. If you look at the rear sill, it's almost the same color, at least in that light, but if we shift it, it goes a little purple or white. Anyways, I lucked out. This is a Vallejo color shift paint, by the way. Okay. Yeah, you might be able to see the purple shine on that rear sill from this angle. Alright, let's take a look here. We have the old school Mustang by Kyosho. It's a 1969 Boss 302, I believe. You can clearly see some inspiration from that coming into this new one. And then let's go a little more modern here. We have a GT4 Mustang from 2016, and this is a racing version from Tarmac Works Global. And then I have an Auto World Charger, I think. It's so crazy. This messed me up in a recent review. The bottom of the Auto World, look how small this text is, and frankly, I'm not sure if that text even tells you what the car is. It doesn't. I can't read any of that, so I don't know why Auto World doesn't write what the car is. So I think I called it a Charger, but actually I think it's a Challenger, this thing. Yeah, thanks to all you commenters on that last video about that. But I can't memorize every car made in history, so I really wish these brands would help educate morons like me. But anyways, so I think these two might be shopped around competing. This is also a crazy power horse as well. So the question is, which do you guys like more? I'm liking the Mustang more, mainly because the model itself is better. This panel gap of the hood is just horrible, I think. It really detracts from the model. Whereas the Tarmac Works and this Mini GT, they just look like a one consistent vehicle instead of like something with a bunch of dark lines on it. I keep on complaining about that, but it's just something to be aware of if you're new to the hobby, that opening features, they do tend to detract from the appearance of the overall model. Alright, well, anyways, with this much horsepower, this guy deserves a little spin on the dyno coaster here. You'll notice the brake shifted because the wheels shifted, so that's another reason why I don't like rolling models. Alright, well, but anyways, this is a great model that MiniGT put out. You know, it's no quality problems at all that I saw. So I think I've only had like 2 or 3 MiniGTs with some minor quality issues, but because you can take them apart, you can fix them. So that's another great thing. The only criticism I have for the brand is really minor. Just write what the vehicle is on the bottom. But obviously that's a problem with a lot of brands. So, okay, well, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you the next time. Adios.